Hello everyone and welcome to our universe. Today we'll be talking about Earth's future. So in this video I'm basically going to talk about what will happen to the Earth when the sun dies. And yes, it will eventually happen. So let's jump right in and see what the Earth has in store. Our sun is a star, just like any other in the night sky. Stars are basically big spherical nuclear fusion reactors. The sun is mostly made of hydrogen atoms. When two of these hydrogen atoms are smashed together inside of the sun, they create a lot of energy and form a helium atom. This helium atom weighs a little bit less than the two hydrogen atoms combined. This missing mass is then converted into energy, which shines out into space, which we call sunlight. And our star has been steadily fusing hydrogen into helium for at least 5 billion years. And astronomers predict that this will continue to do the same thing for another 5 billion years, so it's about halfway through its life. But basically, what will happen when it runs out of fuel, or hydrogen? Once the hydrogen runs out, the core of helium at the centre of the sun will start to collapse in on itself. As it does so, it gets hotter and denser, and it starts to create a second nuclear reaction. This turns the helium atoms into carbon and then oxygen. At the same time, all this extra energy from the hotter core pushes out the outer layers of the sun, and the whole object of the sun expands to about more than 250 times its original size. This becomes a red giant. So with it expanding, you can come to the conclusion that it could reach Earth, and this means it's bad news for our planet. There are basically two possibilities. The first one is that the sun will expand so far that it swallows the Earth whole, in which case it's destroyed very quickly, or it'll expand just enough to keep the Earth intact, but it will roast everything on its surface to a crisp. To be honest, either way, humans probably won't be there to see it. But what about the rest of the planets in the solar system? Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune are far enough away from the sun that they will probably survive the red giant phase. Even the helium in the sun's core will run out, in just the same way that the hydrogen did. Once again, the sun's core will collapse, but this time it will get even hotter and start the next stage of nuclear reactions. The outer layers of the sun will be pushed off into space, creating a planetary nebula, and the hot carbon and oxygen core will be left, cooling slowly by itself in space. This dying ember of a star is called a white dwarf. Although the white dwarf is very hot, it is very small. Any planets that have escaped the red giant phase will now be caught in a giant freeze as temperatures will plummet below freezing. Astronomers have seen a lot of white dwarfs in our galaxy. These are basically the ancient remains of planetary systems. The star was born, it radiated energy to the planets around the system, and now it's simply a cold graveyard of planets and a white dwarf at its centre. So looking at these ancient solar systems, the Jupiters and Saturns of these star systems may still be orbiting around their stars for billions of years after their star has died. Of course, we don't really have to worry about this happening within our lifetime. We have about 5 billion years to get ready for this, so don't worry. But if human beings want to live through this phase of the sun dying, they have to probably think about another place that we can call home, possibly in our solar system or elsewhere in the galaxy. So I hope that's given you a great insight into the Earth's future. But in 5 billion years time, it will be up to us to make sure that the human race survives. And as always, if you've enjoyed the video, click the like button, and if you want to support the channel, click subscribe. Thank you for watching.